Hey guys, welcome back to Black Lotus Gaming. Today we're going to be looking at kind of all the new revealed mechanics and just going through what was revealed for today. Because if you didn't know, it's especially spoiler season for Bloomburrow. And so this is going to be really cool. Let's get into it. So first up, we're going to be looking at the Courageous Critters. This is a new type of kind of, how they said it is when normal characters come into Bloomburrow, they turn into animals. Like you can see Liliana turns into a squirrel and Jace turns into a fox. These are some really cool kind of arts. I really love the frogs in the background. I know we saw this before, but we didn't see the card for it. Oh, we saw the art at least. So we have Jace, the Mind Sculptor, along with Liliana of the Dark Realms. And there is going to be 24 of these. 20 of them you can only find in the collector boosters. But 4 of them are exclusive to the commander decks. 1 in each. So that's really cool to see. And another one we're looking at is Nisa, who shakes the world. These are all already existing cards. They're just reprinted in Imagine Critters or Imagine Courageous Critters art theme kinda. And so these aren't standard legal just because they've been reprinted in this. They're just legal in whatever set they currently are. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And this is one of the. Alright, this is another Imagine Courageous Critters for Tamio. This is the one you can't find this in collector boosters. You can only find this in the Bloomburrow, one of the Bloomburrow commander decks, which that's gonna be the Peace Offering deck, I believe. And so this is super cool to see. I love this art. Just the animals they turn into is super cool to see. I really love that. So we haven't seen the other ones for the peace, or this is the only one for the Peace Offering deck, but we haven't seen the art or the other ones for the other decks. That's kind of cool. We already saw this in the past video. And this is also the field notes. These are really cool to see, like, just like Lumra. I know Lumra has a card like this. And then we have Maha and Yagara. And Yagara actually goes infinite with one of the new squirrels. So if you haven't seen that, go see my latest short. This is it explains how you can go infinite with it. That's pretty cool. And these are also the seasonal based lands. These are so cool. And so we're actually gonna skip past this real quick. We're gonna look at that in a second. Look through that in the other videos. This is so basically what's gonna happen for each of the 5 basic lands. There's gonna be 4 different versions. So there's gonna be spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So this is gonna be really cool. And you can see there's actually different rarities. I wasn't expecting that. But spring being the most common, then summer, then autumn, then winter. So I guess winter would be the hardest one to find. And so it kind of really it's really cool to see. And so yeah, this is just all of them, what they look like. And then we also have the Showcase Woodland. This is just like a showcase art. It kind of reminds me of the Wilds of Eldraine, whatever that one was. It might have been Showcase Woodland, or I don't know if that's a new thing. Yeah, no, this is really cool though. And then we also do have some more field notes. So there's going to be 8 cards in field note treatment. 7 of them being mythic and 1 of them being rare. And we do have Beza and Maha. And then also Yagura, whatever his name is. And this is also another cool one, the 3 Tree City. We saw this before in spoilers, some leaks. But this one also is seasonal. There aren't different rarities to the seasons, but you can just find them in a different season. I personally like summer the best, so this is going to be spring, summer, and then I believe autumn and winter. So it's super cool how you can see it change. This is kind of like the city that they're in. And then we do also have, this is a new cool one. This is a borderless. It's called Seasons of Weaving. This is kind of a new modal type. It's this is kind of strange, but you can choose up to 5 paw prints worth of modes. So if you were to pick the first one, it costs you 1 of those paw prints. So you get like 5. It's kind of like you have 5 to spend, but these don't transfer over. They they're just inclusive of this spell. So you could choose to draw 5 cards, or choose to create a token of an artifact you control and then draw 3 cards, or create 2 tokens and draw a card, however you want. I think that's super interesting. It's like super modal, but you have kind of like a budget. It's really cool to see that. And then we also have a new route. Yeah, we'll look at that in another video, I believe. I'll probably have a video coming out at the end of the spoilers in 10 days at the best cards. And then another Imagine Courageous Critters is Chatterfang, Squirrel General. This one's really sick. I'm so glad they did reprint Chatterfang. I know a lot of people were thinking they would. I thought they would too. So that's really cool to see. And I believe Chatterfang will be in the Bloomburrow Commander deck too. So, or the Squirrel one. That's really cool. And then we do have the Japanese raised foil art, and this is only in collector boosters, I believe, yeah, completely. And they are going to be the Imagine Courageous Critters plus other cards, I believe. So that's really cool to see. And we do have Kidnap. This is just saying extended art in collector boosters. And so as it says there, Imagine Courageous Critters is only in collector boosters, and I believe they're in foil, but it's only in collector boosters, excluding, or besides what's in the commander decks. And there's one in each commander deck that it comes with. And Tamiyo that we saw before was the one that's in the Peace Offering deck. And if you want to pause here, you can look at all the information for the play boosters, all the rarities. If you want to look at this, I'll have it down below. This is going to be on collecting Bloomburrow. And also for the collector boosters, you can pause, or there's a lot of text there. And then also the commander decks. This is something that's really cool. So one of them, we're going to go over in a minute, is Family Matters. This one seems really cool. It actually, like, one of them that didn't seem that interesting to me, but it actually looks like such a cool deck. And we got Bono. We did already go about this in the past videos, but just this is the buy box promo, if you want that. I don't know what that is. And we're gonna be looking at mechanics now. This is the offspring. Okay, so it says you may pay an additional 2 as you cast a spell. If you do, when this creature enters, create a 1/1 token copy of it. So basically, you get to copy it if you pay whatever its offspring cost is, and you create a 1/1. It's kind of like Replicate, I feel like, except for a couple downsides. But it's just different. It's kind of like Replicate. I guess that's the closest thing to it. But it's really cool to see. This is kind of what it's gonna be. Creating 1/1 tokens of it is really cool. And then also those tokens, it's gonna be called like a Tender Wild Guide token. So basically, for each card that's an offspring, or each card that has offspring, there's gonna be a token of it, and you can find that in boosters and stuff. And that's gonna be really cool. And also to mention, they were talking about this isn't like multi-kicker. You can only pay the 2 one time. Oh, see, here what I'm saying. This is the Tender Wild Guide token. You see, it comes with all of its abilities, except for it's just a 1/1 and a token. And it thing to note is its mana cost is whatever his mana cost is. So that's really cool. And I really like that they're doing the tokens for it. And a new mechanic we have is Gift. Basically, you may promise an opponent a gift as you cast this spell. If you do, when it enters, they draw a card. So you can promise your opponents different things, and it's basically so that you don't have a downside. You just have to gift other people things. It's kind of like a group hug strategy. So you get to draw. Someone gets to draw a card other than you, and you get to tap a creature or whatever it is. It's kind of like an additional cost to cast a spell. And if you did promise a gift or whatever, you get an additional kind of additional effect to it. and that's super cool to see. So it's kind of like you can choose to help out. You can choose to, I would say, like, kick it, but the kicking cost is you have to help your opponents. That's really cool. And this is another one. You can gift a tapped fish. That's what it says. And I don't think they show the fish here, but they have like a fish token, and so yeah, that's super cool to see. And we do have forage. I don't know too much about this one, but kind of you can exile 3 cards from your graveyard or sacrifice a food, and it's kind of like, it's like an additional cost. It says like you may, or you have to forage to do this. So that would mean sacrificing a food or exiling 3 cards from your graveyard. And we do also have Valiant, which is when this becomes a target with spell or ability. For the first time each turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. That's kind of cool. I feel like we've seen stuff like that before. And you will also have Expend. It says expend 4. You expend 4 as you spend your 4th total mana to cast spells during a turn. So it's kind of like, if you like spend mana up to 4, if you spend like 4 mana on that turn, he gets +2/+1 on turn. That's really cool to see. I feel like this is gonna kind of be what the junk mechanic is synergized around, or whatever the other one was, the raccoon commander. This one is gonna kind of be about casting big spells and stuff. And this is also another one of the paw print things. Actually, this is the one we already looked at, but it's just an alternate art of it. I prefer the other art, but they're both really cool. And that's kind of all the mechanics for this. My personal favorite would have to be Gift, or it's between Gift and Offspring, because they both look super cool, but I'm honestly not too sure, because they're both super cool though. And we're gonna look. This is just the animated army. So just a quick overview. The animated army is kind of all about, like I said, casting big spells and doing things to ramp and and then also Family Matters. This is basically all about the Offspring mechanic and making offspring of your animals. And Peace Offering is all about Group Hug, kind of the gift mechanic, and also putting +1/+1 counters. And Squirreled Away is all about squirrel tokens, believe it or not. Why not? And you can see here it does come with a Courageous Critters card that is in the 99 of your deck. And then the last thing I wanted to look at here is something I haven't heard people talking about, but there's a new thing called a Value Booster. And it's actually really cool to see. It's a new kind of booster. Basically, it only has 7 cards, and especially apparently it's supposed to be cheaper, I believe. So it's kind of supposed to be like a budget version of it. You can still get 2 rares, and it's kind of cool. You can still get special guests. So I guess the most you can get 3 rares / mythics. But that's super cool to see. Yeah, and then we're actually gonna look at one more thing. So the last thing we're gonna look at is the commanders for this, because I really wanted to go over this real quick to kind of show you, give you a taste of what these decks should be based around. I do love they are doing the borderless again, and that's super cool to see. Also, I want to show you, this is something that popped up. These are some of the arts for the Raised Foil anime, whatever it's called. And you can only find these in collector boosters. But again, these are the, so we're going to read through this just real quick. Bellow Bard of Brambles. This is, of course, from the animated army deck, I believe. This is, during your turn, each non-equipment, artifact, and non-aura enchantment you control with mana value 4 or greater is a 4/4 elemental creature in addition to its other types, and has indestructible haste. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. So it's kind of a drawing engine. Plus, you get to use your artifacts and equipments to be able to smack people. So it's kind of like an artifact and equipment deck, along with casting big elementals, or not elementals. They said the elemental beast or whatever it's called, calamity beast. And also for this is gonna be for the squirreled away or squirreled out, whatever the squirrel deck is called. And basically you pay tap, pay 2 life, put X untapped tokens you tap X untap tokens you control, add X mana in any number of colors. So you kind of use your tokens for mana, and at the beginning of your end step, create a token that's a copy of target token you control. If that token is a squirrel, instead create 2 tokens that are a copy of. That's just like crazy to me. You're creating 2 tokens of a squirrel, or just 1 of another token you control. And I feel like that's really crazy. And then you can also tap your squirrels for mana, but you do have to pay 2 life. Or you can tap your tokens for mana, which is really cool. I love to see that. That one seems like one of the better ones to me. And along with Miss Bumbleflower, this is gonna be the commander of the Peace Offering deck. Basically, Vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. It gains flying until end of turn. If this is the second time this ability has resolved, you draw 2 cards. So that's a lot of words to break it down. Whenever you cast a spell, you get to draw a card. And put a +1/+1 counter on a creature. It gains flying. If it's the second time this has happened, you instead draw a card. Or I guess it's not instead. I guess it's also you draw a card, because it doesn't say instead. Yeah, so that's really cool. That's a cool one. I love the art on it. I just love how cute this set is. It's super cool. Let me know if you guys are gonna be going to pre-release. I think I am going to be going. This is the one I've been looking forward to so much, because this is just such a cool set. And additionally, this is one of the commanders. When I heard about it, I wasn't looking into it too much, but it turned out being a lot better than I thought. But basically, flying, it gets +X+O, where X is the number of other creatures you control at base power 1. So that's gonna help with the offspring mechanic, because they're all 1/1s. So he's gonna get base power, or he's gonna get +X+O for each offspring you can control, kinda. And it says creature spells you cast have offspring too. So basically any creature you control, or any creature you cast. It doesn't have to have offspring, but it basically gives all your creatures offspring, and that's really cool to see. So I don't understand how this is gonna work. Obviously, like in the commander deck, I wonder what the tokens are gonna be, because they're gonna have probably the ones they already have offspring. They're gonna have their tokens, but I don't know. Maybe they'll have a token for every creature in the deck. That'd just be crazy. But yeah, that's kind of it. There's a lot to go over here, but it's pretty interesting to see. This is a set I'm really looking forward to. Let me know if you guys are going to pre-release, or what you're planning on doing, and if you like this set or not. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.